Sitting in the morning sun, I'll be sitting when the evening comes, watching the ships go in, then I'll watch them roll away again. Sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the time roll away. Ooh, sitting on the dock of a bay, wasting time. How do I get up high? Sitting on them dock of the bay, watching the time roll away. Ooh, sitting on the dock of a bay, wasting time. Good shit. Isn't that Lou Reed? Who sings that? There's a couple of versions of Dock of the Bay, I think. Otis Redding. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that makes sense. Sitting in the morning sun, I'll be sitting when the evening comes, watching the ships go in, and then I'll watch them roll away again. Watch the folks roll in, and I watch them get banned again. That's the way it works, man. Are you in Sandland and Monkey Souls? I'm past Sandland. I'm in Snowland. I beat Sandland. I feel like I'm towards the end of Snowland. By the way, Paul, I admire you and TJ's talent for taking existing songs and giving. Oh yeah, that's just practice though. It's funny, TJ and I have done like the same kind of thing when we were teenagers. Yeah, Weird Al syndrome, yeah. It's okay. You don't gotta catch them all. They're not all, like must-see TV or anything. I'm just a content hound, I like streaming. Allô? Allô, coucou. Comment ça va? Ça va bien et toi? I too have Weird Al syndrome. Yeah. Chonga. Seem like the kind of guy that likes Metallica. I'm actually the opposite, bro. I fucking hate Metallica. I went to a big metal festival called Summer Sanitarium. I think it was in, I want to say it was like 2003, 2004 or something like that. And Metallica was the headliner. And I watched the first half of the first song, and I looked at my friend and I was like, because we'd been down on the ground like moshing all day, and then we went up into the stadium to chill and maybe watch Metallica, and we got halfway through the first song and I was like, bro, this is butt rock, you want to leave? And he was like, yeah, let's get the fuck out of here. And so we just left. Yeah, poor orange mug. Yeah, I don't like fucking Metallica, bro. I don't like metal, like, well, traditional metal all that much, to be honest with you. Like some of it. But Metallica could disappear from the world and I would never notice. Industrial metal definitely has the best fashion. Okay, whatever you say, boss. Aren't you more of a rap guy? Yeah. I mean, well, that's like my favorite genre of music, but that doesn't mean that's all I listen to. I like rock, I like metal, I like country, I like jazz, I like mariachi. I like it all, bro. You would rock a bucket hat? Nah, no bucket hats, bro. How hot is it where you at? Somewhere around where you're saying, yeah. I'm in Central California, so it'll be, I think it's 96 or something today. I can't do Rap God. Nobody can do a Rap God cover. Not a chance. Yeah, I mean, there are some people that'll learn that shit. I used to be able to do some Eminem stuff. People used to like it, you know, but never like the super fast shit. Forgot about Dre. Yeah, I could do Forgot About Dre. Somehow, I'm about to have the coolest birthday ever. 83 degrees in Texas in August. It's a miracle, bro. I don't know. That's crazy, bro. That's good stuff, though. Hey, it's your birthday. You can be outside on your birthday. Isn't that great? Hopefully, you're planning on doing something fun. Favorite classical composer? I'm a Brahms man myself. Bella Bartok. Your B-Day was yesterday? Oh, happy belated. Officially 26. You're on the fucking back end of your 20s now. You're on the downslope. Yeah, well, you're definitely not a kid. You're in that magical zone where you're not a kid. But you're not an oldster yet. You better like enjoy that fucking time, man. Those 4 years better be precious to you. I'm dead serious, Phoebes. I'm not trying to be one of those old guys that like warns every young person, but like you better suck up those 4 years. You better suck the marrow out of those 4 years. I'm dead serious. I'm not even fucking with you at all. You better enjoy it. Got 1 year left of your 20s. You better enjoy it. Make it bomb. Make it bomb, dude. Your body and your mind will never be at their fucking sharpest ever again, bro. Ever. You will always be struggling to reach that level of energy and engagement for the rest of your life, bro. I don't care how well you take care of yourself, how good. It's just that that's part of it, man. 23 here, honestly, I'm terrified of getting old. Unlike a lot of Zoomers, I pay attention. Well, you shouldn't be terrified. I'm not trying to terrify you. Getting old is awesome, okay? There's certain parts of it that I wouldn't trade for youth, okay? Like, I wouldn't go back to my 20s for any amount of money. But I have the perspective on my 20s now that would have maybe allowed me to get to enjoy them a little more. Like, I didn't know what I had till it was gone, you know? What's the best thing about getting old? Knowing thyself. Knowing who and what you are and accepting it is fantastic. Fantastic. It feels great. You feel, you get, you get this kind of like burst of energy when you finally realize, like, look, dude, I'm not a problem that needs to be fixed. I'm a human being. This is how I conduct myself, and I'm happy this way. And I'm gonna stay happy this way. You know, that is like, that's a big deal, bro. Having overview, I hate to say this because it's gonna come off like, ooh, but listen, having overview, when people freak out about an event, having the overview to look back over your life and see 5 or 6 of these similar events that have happened and nothing came of it or very little came of it, gives you a lot of peace, you know? Not everything feels like it's just coming out of the darkness at you. It's like, oh, I've seen this before. Politicians have done this before. I've seen a war like this before. It's not, doesn't make it good, doesn't make it all right. It's just that the context of it changes when you've lived through a lot of it, you know? Will you refuse the de-aging pills? Probably not. No, I'll pop them fucking things. Wouldn't you? I mean, my husband and I put more into traveling. We're saving up to go back to the Philippines again. Spent a month there a few years back with his fam. Cool. Yeah, that'll be fucking awesome. Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to fucking like lecture the room or whatever, but if you're in your 20s, you better fucking lock in. I'm not talking about like you have to be all responsible. That ain't, no, the opposite. It's the opposite, actually. You don't have to be responsible. You can be crazy. You can try wild things. You can fail and fall on your face and get back up and do it again. You're not locked in your 20s. You know, you're just not. A lot of people would say you're not locked in your 30s, and that's true. I guess you're not locked in until you decide you're locked in. But I'm just telling you, man, it will never be better for you. It will never be easier for you to change up who and what you are, to try stuff that is different, to try stuff that's crazy and out of character, to do things you never thought you were going to do. You will never find it easier than in your 20s. You will change so much over the course of your 20s. You will lock in your 20s. You'll get an ethic. You'll get a philosophy. You will start to own your life. How old am I? How old do you think I am? If you had to take a guess, Dolly. It's like if you were just guessing, what would you guess? I always like asking people. I don't mind telling you, but I want to see what you'd think I was. 50? Fair. 43? Fair. 42? You look maybe 42? Fair. Yeah, I'm 44. Yeah, I'll be 45 April Fool's Day of next year. So yeah, I'm on the downslope of 44 towards 45. Yeah. To 29. Yeah, you flatter me, sir. How do you reckon my generation and Gen Alpha will cope with getting old? Will they even conceive the passing of time? No. That's the thing, though. Neither did I. You know, let's set aside the skibbity brain rot for a second, okay? Kids are stupid. Kids are into crazy shit. That's kind of what I'm talking about, man. If you would have talked to me like this when I was in my 20s, I would have tuned it all the way out, bro. All the way out. I wasn't trying to hear some old man tell me how to deal with my 20s. That's kind of what the fun of your 20s. And I'm not trying to tell you that. I'm trying to do it in a way that doesn't make you feel like you're doing wrong, because you're not. Even if you're not doing the exact right thing right now, you're not doing wrong in your 20s. That's kind of the message I'm trying to get. Go out there, fail, do something impulsive, do something you never thought you'd do. Be safe, don't be retarded about it, but go. You know? Go do it. I'm telling you, man, you get locked in, you get a fucking career, you get married, you get a kid. You know, a lot of you are on that path, and it's like, once those things are locked in, you better forget about the adventure, bro. You're still doing that at 36? Hey, me too. I'm still doing that at 45 because I never lost the mentality. But that being said, it was never easier for me to make those kind of changes. It was never easier for me to deal with the consequences of a bad decision than, you know, my 20s. Casting for Superbad 2. You interested? Sure, dude. I'll do it. I'll be in Superbad 2. Colorado here, 1980. I tell my kids, if it doesn't hurt anyone or yourself, it's positive. Go for it. Have fun and be safe. It's more than we got. Yeah. So you and I are right in the same fucking boathouse then. Age-wise, the only difference between us is you've got children and I don't, you know. But yeah, born in 1980. April Fool's Day, 1980. Cheers. I'm 53 and I talk to these youngsters about getting a skill of some kind and save for some property, never get a response. Yeah, you know what, dude? I understand what you're saying, but I just don't think, because like I still can remember being a young man. Maybe you can remember being a young person yourself. If a 50-something guy came up to me when I was 22 and was like, you better save up and buy land, you know, I mean, it's good advice. I wouldn't have listened to you either. That's why I'm trying not to judge what they're doing and just telling them, go make mistakes, man. Go have fun. Do shit that you didn't think was possible. Try things you thought you'd never try, because it's never easier to bounce back than in your 20s. You're like made of rubber in your 20s, okay? These eyes, boom, 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 cry every night for you. These arms, boom, 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 long to hold you again. Boom, boom, boom. The hurting's on me, yeah. And I will never be free, oh my baby, no, no. You made a promise to me, yeah. And you broke it. You broke it. These eyes are crying. These eyes have seen a lot of love, but they're never gonna see another one that I have with you. These eyes are crying. These eyes have seen a lot of love, but See another one like I had with you. US dollars worth about 52 pesos in the Philippines. We're buying land and a home over there near his family so we can retire there one day. It's a lot easier when your money's worth 50 times more. Yeah. And it's a lot easier to do that when you've got somebody that's, you know, a native of that. So, like, knowing people in the Philippines, knowing a family in the Philippines makes all of that even better, right? Earned my sub with a sing. Hey, there you go. Singing for subs. Maybe I'll do that one of these days. I'll sing for subs, you know. I've got a pretty good encyclopedic knowledge of good music up in here, and I'm a decent singer. At least I can carry a tune, you know, so we can do it. Yeah, still has a citizenship there. I just need to get, yeah. You'll be good. I mean, that is like kicking the door open to you. You know what I mean? Which is awesome. I'm kind of stoked about Oasis reforming. I'm not, because it's going to last 2 weeks. Those two brothers hate each other, bro. Have you guys, like, are you familiar with, like, Oasis lore at all? No, I like Oasis, dude. Step inside the eye of your mind. See, the problem is, Phoebes, is there is inherent lag. Unless you and I are on what's called, what do they call that? Hardwired. There's a fucking line that they use for instantaneous communication via the network, but it requires a line. It requires a hard line in your house specifically for it. Howard Stern uses it for remote stuff. I'm trying to remember the name of it, but anyway, you play, like, let's say we wanted to have you play the guitar and me sing with you. We'd have to be in the room, because I would be behind you or ahead of you depending on the lag. You know what I mean? It's impossible. You'll see, like, when me and the guys are singing, like, TJ will start singing something, and if I sing along, it sounds to me like I'm singing right along with him. But what you guys hear is us singing at like 2-second intervals. He starts, and then I start a second later. It never would sync up. It sucks. I wish there was a way to do it, but there isn't a way to do it yet. Instantaneous network communications, it could be done. Like latency, there could be a program, right, that allots for latency and syncs people up specifically, right? Like, it wouldn't be instantaneous communication, but it would allot for the latency and sync up the out track to make it sound like the track in your ear. Because I could, if you played a guitar, right, I could sing along with it in my ear and be right on beat. So there could be a program that would allot for latency, that would measure the latency and constantly adjust for it so that the output sounds like what the artist is hearing. Probably not even needing AI. It's just not a tool that anybody's built, right? That's how I feel about it. You know, an artist, like a musical artist collaboration tool, so that you can connect with somebody in this app, stream with them, and you have instantaneous output. No, I don't think it'd be super complicated. I just think it's an esoteric tool that nobody has invented yet. Now, we could work around it, like you record yourself playing the entirety of a song, and then I play that and sing to it, because the latency would be handled on my end for both, you see? Yeah, jam session. That's what I'd call it. That's what I'd call the app, jam sesh or something, you know? And it would literally just be a program that marries and the output. Maybe, yeah. Now that I'm thinking about it, Phoebes, maybe AI could be used to marry the output, like you said. Like AI could be used to sync the vocal track with the music track, or vice versa, or sync two vocal tracks, right? Pretty neat. If you really want to get funky with it, Phoebes, you sing first harmony backing track, and I harmonize with you. If you, oh no, second harmony. So you sing. Well, I could do either, I guess, but it would be easier for me to sing first. That would be sick. These lives are my new binge. Ooh. No more Netflix shit? You binging Paul Ziga now? And I wonder, wonder, why she went away. Something. I'm here to stay. My little runaway. Run away. I'm the type of singer that will only sing alone with the radio tuned up. I hurt my own feelings if the music stops randomly and I hear myself. Yeah, I love singing, dude. I don't care. I've got the gift of decent pitch, and that's really all you need to sing. With those 4 songs, what? I think Phoebes had a stroke. You have to try that one again, Phoebes. Well, I want to play you in a game of Mortal Kombat. You need to log in. Yeah, I know it. Okay, I still have not touched Mortal Kombat 1. I bought it on sale. I haven't touched it. You should get Tekken so I can whoop that ass in Tekken. All right, and I'm gonna do this for you too. I'm gonna do this for you. This is Peyton, by the way, everybody that doesn't know. Silly Shang Tsung is Peyton, the Peyton. In case you didn't know. And he's now a wrench. So I can keep track of him. Keep track of his comings and his goings. Why she went away? Peyton. Do you think anyone can learn to sing properly? My voice breaks and fluctuates so much when I try. Vocal training can improve anybody's singing voice, but relative pitch, which is what it's been explained to me that I have, is not easy to learn. I don't think everybody is going to be able to lock in on so-called relative pitch. So relative pitch, I used to walk around because I was told in high school that I have perfect pitch. And it was explained to me that I don't have perfect pitch later in life, that I have what's called relative pitch, which is rare as well, not as rare as perfect pitch. Perfect pitch would be you could say C sharp minor, and I should be able to go and hit a C sharp minor. It used to confuse me because I'm like, well, so you're saying perfect pitch can't exist if somebody doesn't know how to read music? Because that's what keeps me from doing it. I don't know how to read music. I never learned to read music. If I had a reference note in my head for C sharp minor, I could do it. That's how I do these songs. I hear the song in my head and I match the pitch. That's relative pitch, not perfect pitch. but I hear the pitch in my head. Like when I think of a song, like name me a song, name me a popular music song, and I will sing it dead on in pitch, unless I have to, dropped if I have to, because I can't sing fucking first tenor. I'm a baritone. Wonderwall. Today is gonna be the day that they're gonna bring it back to you. By now, you should have somehow realized what you wanna do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. Georgia, Georgia, the whole day through. It's just that sweet old song keeps me coming back to you. Space Oddity. This is ground control to Major Tom. We really have it made. And you're floating in a most peculiar way. It's a relative pitch. Like I had to drop that one. Or no, that one was in pitch. And the stars look very beautiful today. Yeah. It's a relative pitch. If you were to just take that and match it to a karaoke track, I would be right on key. My favorite singer is Elton John. Good choice. I'm still standing better than I ever did. Looking like a true survivor. Feeling like a little kid. I'm still standing after all this time. Looking like I picked up all the pieces left behind. I'm still standing. Relative pitch equals tempo. No, relative pitch equals being able to modulate your pitch to match something without a reference note. So I don't have anybody here playing the song for me. Right? I hear it in my head. I relatively match the pitch. Exactly. Tempo is... right? Tempo's the beat. I don't need any fucking advice on the cigarettes. Thank you, but no thank you. I'm an old ass fucking man. I know the dangers of smoking cigarettes. I choose to do it anyway. Favorite play you've done? I don't know, man. I love doing Little Shop of Horrors, but that was all the way back in high school. Anna in the Tropics was a great role for me because I got to play like a villain. That was a neat role. I don't know, man. I've been in a lot of really cool plays, big mainline shows that you would recognize the names of, and really weird experimental theater kind of like side kind of shows that you've never heard of and you probably never will. Yeah, I've written 2 plays back in high school, so you can count those or not. How do you deal with stage fright? I don't get it. I don't have it. Stage fright, everybody has it, but stage fright for an actor is just energy to use for your performance. So you get butterflies right before you go out on stage. A lot of people fold to that and call it stage fright. I just don't have it. Name some plays I was in. I was in Grease, Bye Bye Birdie, Steel Magnolias. I mentioned Little Shop of Horrors. Yeah, so there's a short list. I've done a lot of Shakespeare. So, The Tempest, 12th Night or As You Like It. Any plays you would like to star in. Sweeney Todd. We tried desperately to get Sweeney Todd done. Me and my friend Morgan petitioned our teacher. She agreed in principle, but said we had to convince the chair of the theater department, who was our vice principal, and he made a call. He's like, this is too bloody. And we were like, well, dude, in the show, they don't use gallons of blood. They use these red handkerchiefs to signify blood. And we'll do it that way, And he's like, no, we can't do a show about a dude that slits people's throats. We can't do it. And I was like, fuck. Can you sing? Because Beetle Bamford is a tough singing part. You've stubble up on your cheek, my lord. My lord. Do you have a favorite Shakespeare line? I smell a device. That's said by Sir Toby Belch in 12th Night. I smell a device. And then Andrew Aguecheek says, I have it in my nose too. I love that. I smell a device. Yeah, I've started Wukong. I'm on like the 3rd land or whatever out of 5. So I'm halfway through the game, I think, or more. At least it seems that way. Are you into Vonnegut? Not super deep. I've read some Vonnegut, but I'm not a big Vonnegut acolyte. Do you bite your thumb at me? I do bite my thumb at you, sir. Good old Romeo and Juliet, dude. Those Montagues and Capulets at it again. Always fighting, always bickering. In fair Verona, where we lay our scene. Hogwarts Legacy. The legacy of that game was that it kept me playing it for like 20 hours before I got bored with it. That's the legacy. No, sir, I do not bite my thumb at you, sir, but I do bite my thumb. I did like the Leo, Romeo, and Juliet, yeah. It's a very 90s movie, you have to be okay with like the 90s-ness of it, but it's good. I liked it a lot. The sad thing about it is I was in high school when that came out, right? And I was a big theater competition guy. My school was renowned in California for winning competitions and shit. And after that movie came out that year, when we went to the big Shakespeare competition in Amador, it was fucking every school was doing a scene from Romeo and Juliet with fake guns. We did The Tempest that year. We did a scene from The Tempest and blew doors on all of these fucking kids, dude. Every school, I'm not even fucking kidding you, was doing modern dress and guns and doing something Shakespeare, a lot of them Romeo and Juliet. We did a fully period accurate Tempest and blew doors on the whole fucking lot. It was just like, man, you guys really don't get it, do you? Who do you think is the current best male or female actor in theater? Audra McDonald. She actually graduated from my high school, and she is fucking insane. When you're talking about like all around triple threat musical theater people, Audra McDonald, bro. You can look her up. She graduated from Madera High School. She was 2 years behind me. So I missed being in school with her by 2 years, but she's an internationally renowned actress. And she's fantastic. You should look her up. This guy has a lot of shirts. I do. I've got like 50 shirts. Most of them, like this one, I probably shouldn't wear anymore because it's old and raggedy, but I like it. It's ratty, though. It's kind of like old, you know, like it's getting cracky and cruddy looking, you know. But I still wear it because it's cool. Yeah. I still have like, some of your shirts I wore out, I'll be honest. But I still have like 3 or 4 Peyton shirts hanging up right now. I've got the Beetlejuice one you got me. I'm trying to remember which ones that I still have that are still wearable. Audra McDonald. A-U-D-R-A McDonald, the normal way. She's a black actress. She's fucking amazing. And she graduated from my high school. Yeah. Went through the same theater program that I did and got the same top level instruction that I got. And she blew doors on fucking Broadway, which is, you know, that's the dream of any fucking theater actor. I mean, that's the pinnacle of the art. There are shirts I have of bands that I wear only on special occasions. Do you have any shirts like that? Nope. I thought movies. No. She's a theater actress. Do you miss theater? Every single second of every day, yeah. It's something that I would love to get established somewhere and work into my schedule. It's just so hard. Theater is time consuming. It requires an incredible amount of time investment to act in a show and to do it right. And I respect the art form too much to half-ass it. And at this point in my life, owning my own business and working like I do, it would be very hard for me to fit in the amount of effort, direct, undivided effort that I would have to put in to be a theater actor. I have no rapport with her. I never met her. She started high school 2 or 3 years after I graduated, so I never met her in person. She just went through the same program I went. The ability to memorize lines is crazy. It's not as crazy as you think when you realize how much time goes into rehearsal. You can see that glint of enjoying theater just from things you've done online. Oh yeah, my theater training feeds this every single day in every single way. Like anything performative that I do here, the tone of voice that I use, the turns of phrase that I use. One of the things that I learned and was heavily trained in when I was a theater student was improvisation. I use that every second of every day, bro. improvisation is my job. So my theater training should shine out to those that recognize it in my work. But as far as me being able to take the stage, tough. If I were a rich man, diddle-diddle-diddle-diddle-diddle-diddle-diddle-dum. All day long I'd biddy bum if I were a wealthy man. I wouldn't have to work hard. Diddle-diddle-diddle-diddle-diddle-diddle-dum. All day long I'd diddle-diddle-dum, biddy-body-biddy-biddy-bum. I don't know. I never wanted to play fucking Tevye and Fiddler on the Roof. It's kind of just like one of those roles, you know? But I'd do it. If I was cast in it, I'd do it. That's a good role. I'd rather play Avram and Fiddler, honestly, than fucking Tevye, but... If I were a spider, I'd chill in your beard for a little minute. Aw. That's cute. I'd let you. I've not seen The Lion King play, no. It has been quite a few years since I've seen live theater, and I miss it. That is something that I could do. You know, once I get myself fucking settled where I'm moving, I could, you know, find a little local theater and start going and seeing shows at least. You played Scar in the 3rd grade. Bum ba bum bum ba bum bum ba bum bum ba bum. I know that your powers of retention are as wet as a warthog's backside. But thick as you are, pay attention. My words are a matter of pride. It's clear from your vacant expression that the lights aren't all on upstairs. But we're talking kings and successions. Even you can't be caught unawares. Bum, 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 bum. So prepare for the chance of a lifetime. Be prepared for sensational news. A shiny new era is tiptoeing nearer. And where do we feature? Just listen to teacher. I know it sounds sordid, but you'll be rewarded when at last I am given my dues. An injustice deliciously square. Be prepared. Dun 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 dun. Boom, 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 boom. What did Burroughs write? Is Burroughs Blade Runner? No, that's Philip K. Dick. I get my fucking sci-fi slash outsider writers mixed up, bro. I'm horrible with names. Naked Lunch. And I've seen Naked Lunch, the movie. That doesn't count. I know, but I've seen it, okay? So I guess the answer is no. I guess I have not read any Burroughs. Bum 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 bum. Hardest Disney song? I don't know, man. Hellfire is pretty good. Hellfire goes pretty hard too. I can't do Hellfire. I don't know it well enough. There you see her, sitting there across the way. She don't got a lot to say, but there's something about her. And you don't know why, but you know you're gonna try. You wanna kiss the girl. Yeah, you want her. Look at her, you know you do. It's possible she wants you to, but there's one way to ask her. Such a good show, dude. I love that movie a lot. The Little Mermaid, I think it's great. Sha la 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 la, my oh my, look like the boy too shy, not gonna kiss the girl. Sha la 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 la, ain't that sad? It's like, oh no, too bad, he gonna miss the girl. That's one of my party tricks. Should I do it for you guys right now? You guys want me to sing Part of That World? It's late enough in the morning. My neighbors can wake up to Part of That World. I know every word to it, dude. I can do it start to finish, bro. Part of That World. I can blow it out. I can blow doors on it. I can do that. Look at this stuff. Isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? Wouldn't you think I'm a girl who has everything? Look at this trove, treasures untold. How many wonders can one cavern hold? Looking around here, you think, sure, she's got everything. I've got gadgets and gizmos aplenty. I've got who's its and what's its galore. You want thingamabobs? I've got 20. But who cares? No big deal. I want more. I want to be where the people are. I want to see them dancing, strolling along down the, what's that word again? Oh yeah, street. Flipping your fins, you don't get too far. Legs are required for jumping, dancing, strolling along down the, what's that word again? Street. Out where they walk, out where they run, out where they stay all day in the sun. Wandering free. Wish I could be part of that world. What would I give if I could live out of these waters? What would I trade to spend a day warm on the sand? Betcha on land they'd understand. Bet they don't reprimand their daughters. Bright young women, sick of swimming, ready to stand. I'm ready to know what the people know. Ask them my questions and get some answers. What is a fire and why does it, what's the word, burn? When's it my turn? Wouldn't I love to explore that shore up above? Wandering free. Wish I could be part of that world. There you go. Nailed it. Nailed it. Told you. Told you I could do it. Merman. Merman. The giant merbeard. You think I like seeing my son prance around like a frickin' mermaid? Merman. Just moving all over you. All over you. I spend my nights just mooning. Can it be true? Can it be true? Every day at school I want you, always willing till I got you. Mooning to who? There's a moon out tonight. Little Shop, we can do that. I know Little Shop. Lift up your head, wash off that mascara. Here, take my Kleenex, wipe that lipstick away. Show me your face, clean as the morning. I know things were bad, but now they're okay. 'Cause suddenly Seymour is standing beside you. You don't need no makeup, don't have to pretend. Suddenly Seymour, he purified you with sweet understanding. Seymour's your friend. That's the best song in that show. Maybe. I don't know. There's a lot of great songs in that show. Dips my member into the sea. The seaweed is always greener on somebody else's plate. Ah, boy. I like singing, man. It drives people fucking out of here, though. They're just like, nah, I didn't come here to watch a neckbeard sing. Hello, Allison. I've got some giant theaters where I am, dude. Giant, like the William Saroyan Theater in Fresno. Fresno State has 2 huge auditorium theaters, huge theater department. Fresno City College has a huge double theater department. Oh, yeah. A lot of little theater places around me. Yeah. I've seen the alternate ending where they get the white picket fence. Yeah, I've seen it. A washer and a dryer. Oh, that song, dude. His singing is my lifeblood. My lifeblood is singing. Now, I like to sing, but you know, I'm a mediocre singer in the grand scheme of things. Got good pitch, but I smoke. Yeah, I'm way better at doing like gravelly singing, you know. I should be like a Tom Waits character, you know. Uncle Vernon, independent as a hog on ice. He's a big shot down there at the slaughterhouse. Plays accordion for Mr. Weiss. So my wheelhouse has changed, you know. Ever since I got robbed while listening to your stream, I have to check that the random noises. Dude, you got robbed while I was streaming? That ain't cool. That ain't cool, ghoul. That's no fucking good. Nobody likes that. Nobody wants that. Good morning. Wow. Tippy top of the morning. If you're gonna start beat, better quick react. You don't want to see my hand where my hip be at. Stupid. When I smoke, my throat gradually starts hurting more and more, and after a few months, I'm coughing all day. Yeah, I mean, that is what happens. I'm pretty sure it's crazy expensive everywhere, you know, from what I understand. How's Cricket doing? Good. Cricket and Dinor went to the vet yesterday and got their shots. They're like, you know, booster shots and all that. And they are good for 3 years on the shots. And both of them are actually in really good health. Cricket lost 3 pounds, and so did Dinor. So Dinor is back under 25 pounds, which means we can fly with him, which is nice. And Cricket is in the best health he's ever been. The vet said his weight is all but perfect. Like, he doesn't need to lose anymore. So Cricket's in great health, and so is Dinor. They're all good. They got their shots. Everybody's golden. So good stuff. You guys aren't going to get any more updates from me on the house shit. I'm not trying to publicize any aspect of it beyond telling the story. So quit asking for updates. Assume I've done it. No, I'm not a metalhead. I like some metal, but metalhead's like, I can't deal, bro. The gatekeeping and the fucking, like, it's just crazy, dude. I can't deal with metal. Metalheads just don't, and I don't fucking mix, bro. But I do like some metal. I can dig it, but weed, please. Mary Jane. Mary Jane. You know, the sad thing is that, you know, quitting cigarettes is on my list. It's just not priority one right now. When I do it, I guarantee you some of the same people that are in here 3 times a day on 15 different alts going like, you should quit smoking. You should quit smoking. You should quit smoking will be like, anybody else kind of miss when Paul would chain smoke? It's like, you can't win for losing, bro. That's one of the things, like, if you're going to work online or spend a lot of your free time doing social media or stuff, you've got to learn to decouple your fucking personality from other people's interpretation of it. Because it will drive you fucking up a wall, bro. It'll drive you insane trying to, like, dance from one foot to the next foot, from one foot to the next foot to please these fucking weirdos on the internet. There are people out there that just want to see you doing something you're not doing. And they want to feel like they've influenced you to do that. Kind of conversations with your chat do you enjoy most? Just engaged ones, man. I really don't care. I'm a conversation guy. Like, I like talking to people. And so I like it when my chat is talking and bringing up points and asking questions about whatever the topic is. And I like it when my chat can read the room and know when a topic is kind of towards the end and, you know, segue. Like, all of those things are part of the art of conversation, and it's almost a lost art these days, honestly. Like, being able to sit down and have a conversation that goes wherever it goes with somebody is rare. And that's what I do here. That's literally how I treat these. You know, sometimes I get pissed off. Sometimes I'm Mr. Politics out here. You know, sometimes I'm Mr., you know, religion. Sometimes I'm Mr. social issues, talking about movies. Today we've been talking about musicals and theater and singing and stuff like that. You know, just whatever comes up, comes up. That's the fun of conversation. I gotta go blow my nose. I'll be back. Ugh. that's better. Allergies are kicking today. Kicking. Just found out you're not pregnant. Congrats. Unless you're trying to be, and then sorry. But from my perspective, congratulations. French vanilla situations. Yeah, we were just talking about that on the main show last night. Like the cost of raising a kid approaches $1 million a kid. If you're talking about supporting them through college, could easily be $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 or up per kid. It's like, nah. Pass. My man looks like Willie Nelson. Fat Willie Nelson, bro. On the road again. I just can't wait to get on the road again. Pulling through that McDonald's drive-thru again. Just can't wait to order a piece of 10 with some barbecue. Much as the average American earn in their lifetime, I don't know. I mean, you'd have to look it up. Not much. On the road again, like a band of bandits going down the highway. Depends on your geolocation type of work. Yeah, I mean, that it would be there. You can average it, right? And I bet those numbers are out there if you do a little Google foo. I'm sure the Department of Labor Statistics will have those numbers out there in aggregate, but it is going to heavily depend where you lie on that fucking spectrum is going to heavily depend on your location and your chosen profession and the job market and all that. The economy, right? Yeah. Well, that's per year, and then we would have to do the math for like the average human lifespan, which is what, 68 for a man and 74 for a woman or something like that. So you can take the average of those and say 72. So do that. Do what's the average of 120 and between 120 and 50? I would say 75K. So somebody do the math real quick. 75K times 72, and we'll figure it out. That's a good guess. So do 75K times 72, 2.4 mil. Makes sense. That sounds about right. So if you got to save every dollar, now of course that's not accounting for taxes, that's not accounting for necessities. I mean, obviously a huge chunk of that paycheck, so it's 5.4 mil. Which one is it? Somebody do the math. So it's 5.4 mil. So right, so you're talking about a fifth of your entire life's income basically going per child. And of course that number sounds huge, right? But that's assuming that you're making that money when you're a child. So hold on, let's do this right. You don't start making money till you're 18. So what is 72 minus 18? Somebody do that. We did it wrong. We assumed that this person is making 74K a year since they're born. So what is 72 minus 18? Somebody just do the math, man. I suck at it. 72 minus 18 is 54. 54 times 75K. It's going to be something like 3 million something, right? So 54 times 75,000. Yeah, 3.99 mil. 4.05. Okay, so 4,000, a little over 4,000 or $4 million. Got it. So, and then you've got to take into account that 30% of that goes straight to the government, right? Another 50% of that, based on the average, goes to your housing and sundry for your housing. So electricity, water, sewer, electric, internet, right? None of that really goes to like directly raising a kid other than keeping a roof over their head, right? So here we are. Well, the government has probably taken into account that you don't get to keep and save every penny that you make. When you make money, there's a certain amount of that that's already promised, because you've got bills that you have to pay every month to maintain your fucking status. So you can't really look at 75K times 54, which is the number of working years the average person has in their life, right? And go like, oh, people make just over $4 million. That's quite a bit. Well, minus 30%, minus basically 70% off top of that, because you got 30% going to the government on average, depending, right? Between 15 and 30, depending on how smart you are and what your circumstances are, right? And you've got another 50% of that based on average Americans' fucking income burden going to your housing to pay your mortgage or your rent, your electrical, your sewer, your lawn care, all the shit that you have to have, internet, shit you have to have, maintenance on all of that, right? All that shit comes out too. All that shit is set aside and is not available to you other than to just keep you in a place where you can live. So then you got about like 20% of your income. So what is 4 million times 0.20? Somebody do that real quick. $4 million times 0.2. $800,000. That sounds more like it, doesn't it? That sounds more like it, doesn't it? I think we've arrived. So where are you working in a kid now? Where are you working in a kid? Let's say that the Department of Labor statistics are right. We looked it up last night. It's something like $380,000 a kid. But that's not including college and other expenses post 18. That's just talking about raising a kid from the cradle to 18. The Department of Labor statistics, which last looked at this, by the way, in 2015, so it's probably way higher now, given that COVID and all this inflation has happened, right? Can't have gotten cheaper. But let's just say those numbers are around right. 2015, $380,000 a kid. You're making $800,000 of expendable income in your lifetime. You starting to get it? Right? How are you supposed to buy a house in there? So you're not. Just rent the rest of your life now. How are you supposed to have more than one kid? I guess you're not, unless you're going to go into crashing insane debt. I guess you're not gonna. I guess we could make these numbers maybe a little more accurate by presuming that some of these kids are going to be raised by two parents and not one, although that number is on the fucking decline. But let's do it that way. 1.6 million combined income between two. So now you've got a little bit of wiggle room. I can imagine maybe a house in there. I can imagine maybe a kid or two in there, but you ain't gonna have nothing left for yourself. Hey, baby.
Sweetie.
There's fresh coffee in there.
Oh, thank you, honey.
I'll go get you a cup.
I can go get it later.
I know. I'm gonna grab myself another little scotch too. I made a big pot.
Oh, thank you, honey.
Mm-hmm. Come on. Oh.
Thank you so much, baby.
Welcome, honey. Always so kind to me in the mornings when I first wake up. I gotta return the favor when I can. Excuse me. Oh. Yeah, you're talking about things that people can do if their budget allows it from a young age to retirement age to secure themselves a chunk of money for retirement. The problem with that is that you're presuming knowledge, you're presuming ability, right? You're presuming that these people don't have any massive emergencies or unforeseen expenses that pop up that force them to draw on their IRA, right? So in a perfect scenario, if somebody that's, 18 gets a job and works their way up to the kind of median income range that we're giving, which I think is actually kind of on the high end. We're doing 75K a year aggregate average. Just assuming the average person in a vacuum in America probably makes somewhere in there. It's probably closer to 65, but let's not split hairs. Okay, 75. You're presuming that that person has no unforeseen expense, that that person, when they're 21, can afford 400 a month into an IRA to end up at that 1.63 million by the time they're retirement age, right? You're presuming a lot. Think about it. How many people in their early 20s who are just getting established and starting the front end of that get pregnant and end up having a kid? Tons. That kind of fucks your Roth IRA, doesn't it? I'm 28 and I can't afford that. Case in point, right? So we're giving very, very conservative round numbers here when we're doing our math. We're saying 75K. We're saying you're working from 18 to the balance of your life. We're not even presuming retirement. So we take another chunk for that if we wanted to further refine our math. But we arrived at the average person in their life from 18 to death, right, will make about $4 million. Then we factored in 30% to the government, 50% to housing and sundries to keep your fucking lights on. That's non-negotiable. That comes out immediately. And we got to 800,000. Now we're not even talking about health care in there. We're not talking, you know what I mean? But $800,000 after you're done giving Uncle Sam his chunk, the state their chunk, right? And just paying to live, just paying for your home, whether it's a mortgage or a rental, that money's coming out. Electricity, all the maintenance on such, all that's got to be done out of your pocket. We're not even talking about vehicles. You got to have a car in this country in most places to function. We didn't even factor in a vehicle.
Yeah, and in places where you don't need a car, the cost of housing kind of cancels out what you'd save on a car.
Exactly. Places are more expensive in places that are actually designed with good public transit or central planning. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, we planned this really well. You don't really need a car to live here, but I hope you got about double the amount that everybody else has. I was paying $5,000 a month in 2015 to live in a shitbox apartment in Bellevue. Because Bellevue is so high end and designed that way, I didn't have to have a car. That was one of the ways I was able to afford it. I had no car. I took buses and Ubers everywhere.
And walk to a lot of places
And walked.
too.
Yeah, I mean, from my place, I didn't have to drive to grocery shop.
Yeah.
Go downstairs on the elevator. I'm in the grocery store. Buy my shit. Go upstairs. Didn't have to drive to work. I go out into the park, down my elevator, out into the parking lot to the central elevator, up to the tower. $5K a month was my rent to live in a city that's got good central planning and plenty of sundries that people can walk to and take a bus to. Right? So you take into account car, you take into account healthcare, and that 800K is starting to look more like 400K. And if they're right, which the guys read the Department of Labor statistics, 2015 numbers, 380K for a kid. That leaves you with what? 50K to play around with? Ruh-roh. And this is the average, most possible, sunniest situation, the sunniest way that we could do this. Leaves you with 50K to retire on, assuming you don't have the money to be a big investor like most people, right? Or don't have the education to start it at the right time, right? This is why it's more and more common for people to be working 2 jobs, to have side hustle after side hustle. Right? I have a friend with 3 kids before he's 25 and no education. Homie is screwed. Oh yeah. Homie is pumped. He's cooked. His life is over. I'm not saying that he couldn't turn it around and be a decent person, but his entire life would have to be dedicated to providing for those children 100% of the time, every second of every day. That would have to be his life. Rain or shine, sick or health, he's out there making that guap to make sure that those kids get a good fucking education, get a good upbringing, and aren't fucking behind the 8 ball when they fucking turn 16. Right? He could do that. Is he gonna do that? Probably not. Is it feasible to think that he could do that, work his hardest, and still fail at it? Yep. In this economy? Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
Well, like, The IRAs and the 401ks are basically just like all these business owners like we don't want to hold pensions, so we're gonna put it 100% on other people, so we can say, oh, if you didn't save enough for retirement, you were just dumb.
Exactly. Exactly.
And if you look at how many people currently in retirement age or really close to it just don't have shit, are you just saying that everyone's fucking stupid? The vast majority of people are stupid?
I mean, obviously that's not the case.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're doing very basic, very conservative math here, or very liberal math, because we're giving people a lot here. We're assuming a median income of 75K every year from 18 to death. That's not what people are making. It's more like 30K, then maybe 40K by your 30s, and maybe 50K when you settle in, if you're talking about one job. That's probably closer to it. And if we were to like amortize that math back, you're looking at fucking like having negative income at the end of the day if you want one kid. You're looking at dying in debt if you want one child, let alone 3, which is what like the average family wants, 2 or 3 kids. Where are you factoring that in?
Like, as we learned during the Biden administration, all the tax breaks for kids are not guaranteed.
No,
they
they
come
just
and go. They can
they
be given to you and then stripped away.
they expire because they need to shift that tax relief burden to the corps. The corporations get tired of paying their fair share, and so it just gets shifted away. You can't rely on any relief from your government, municipal, local, federal, or otherwise. You got nothing. It's you versus the fucking world. And the more things you load yourself down with that require money to maintain, children included, the less money you got. The less of a chance you've got of making your way through life without a giant fucking period of like insecurity, food insecurity.
Schools are very wishy-washy on what they'll cover too sometimes. Like,
Oh yeah.
there's some schools that cover school lunch, there's some that don't.
Yep.
There's some that make you pay for your kids' textbooks, there's some that don't. Dude, when I was living in Indiana, guess how much the textbooks for a kindergartner was?
Tell me it wasn't over $1,000.
No, it was $100, but just for
For a
kindergarten.
kindergartner, though.
Yeah.
That's retarded. Most people can't just come up with a Benjamin,
Yeah.
you know?
Now, the school lunches were covered, but they could have easily fucked with that, too.
Oh, boy. Where's that fucking racket at?
Oh.
Give me that. I'm going to zap these fucks. They're going to get some today because they're out of pocket today, these flies. 100% out of pocket. So it's time. It's time to zip zap the flip flap. Because I'm sick of it. I'm sick of being dive bombed. It's like they know, look, they've gone away now. Nope, they're back. Okay, they're back. Now they're on me. They know, I think, that it's harder for me to get them when they're on me because I can't.
Yeah. It's just, yeah, like, we had a little respite when it was, like, not conducive to life because it was so hot, but now that it's slightly cooler than that, they're like, yeah.
Yeah. This is the best way to get them
Yeah.
up because they can't see that shit coming.
Yeah.
But they dart. They move so quick. Build a fly turret. I'm telling you, dude, when we get moved, if it's still this bad, if the fly problem is still bad where we go to, I'm getting the double salt pistols. I'm getting the double bug assaults, dude. It's game on. Bug assault. Fucking city. Do-wah-diddy, dude. get one of you fucks.
On this side of the pole.
Tried. Come over here. I think they're just hip scopping around. If I can catch them on a turd. Oh, yeah. Yep. 2 down. All right. This is how we're going to do it from now on then.
Yeah.
I'm taking the hunt to them. That was 2 off of 1 fly turd. 3. Ooh, that's a big juicy one, but it's way over there. Damn. Disappointing. I accidentally got one on the backswing.
Yeah.
4 down.
Do you think you'd ever have any interest in hunting or beyond just flies, or flies about where your interest dies?
No, I've like hunted certain types of animals before when I was a kid.
Frogs.
Frogs. I've done some like varmint shooting and shit. Some like, you know, gophers and squirrels and shit on people's property. And those types of things, if you're maintaining your property, you probably do want to take care of those. If you've got a bunch of gophers setting up a big fucking thing, they'll tear up your land. You know, but as far as like, I had a chance when I was little, a number of chances to go deer hunting with my dad and like the 4-wheel drive men group. And I never wanted to do it.
Yeah.
I don't like the idea of just shooting and killing something, even if
Doing
it's
nothing,
even if it's for the meat.
or for the good of the
Because those
herd.
guys, like, they weren't like trying to just get antlers. They would go up there and then everybody'd bring home a big bag of venison. You know? So it was like they weren't fucking like completely just destroying the animal for no reason, just for sport. But even then, I just having to shoot that pig. I think that changed me, you know. Having to shoot that pig and then watch them process its carcass was a whole fucking thing to me. I felt sick, you know. And I just don't think I've got it in me to be that kind of.
But fishing, you probably do, right?
Fishing, yeah, but like here's the thing with fishing, like I don't like catching fish to kill them.
Yeah.
I like sports fishing. And so it's like you catch the fish, you unhook them, no damage is done to the fish permanently, and you release them back into the water. That's fun. And I know how to do that without hurting the fish. I know how to remove a hook. I know how to use the needle nose to get down in its mouth and unhook it without ripping out, you know? No permanent damage to the fish. They get to go. They go right back to doing their fish shit. And I had fun catching them. Yeah, catch and release is what they call it. A lot of California reservoirs and stuff, that's the rule.
Yeah.
And only during certain seasons can you take a certain amount of fish, and the game wardens will check your fish. And if they're not over the end, you know, they're not old, or they're eggers, you get fucking fined. You know, they protect those fish.
I was just curious because my family would probably offer both of those to you, like fishing for trout in a lake and.
Got him. Sorry,
It's
just
okay.
working you over here because they feel like they're okay to be on you. Oh, that was so close. This guy right here, watch. Gonna go like this, up. Oh, so close. These little fucking ninjas. All right. Gotcha. I'm gonna get this fly population down. I'm gonna do it today. The war. I'm taking it to them now. Taking the war to them.
It's a pretty hardy thing that we've just like left outside for the most part. It's still kicking.
Black and Decker, baby. Still means something.
But yeah, I was just wondering because, like, my family, that's something that they'd probably offer to you a couple times if you did go out over the mountains with them.
Hunting?
You want to go hunting, you want to go fishing.
I will politely do. Fishing, I'll go.
Yeah, you'll
Yeah.
do trout fishing.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. As long as we're within the fishing guidelines,
Yeah.
I'll be legal. I got to get my fishing license and all that. But yeah, I'd do it. I got no problem with that. I think that's cool.
But you wouldn't ever go deer hunting with them.
Nah. I might consider doing some like humane extermination stuff, but I doubt they have that problem up there, like wild pigs.
Yeah, I don't think they do.
Because like those animals have to be culled. They eat themselves into starvation and they destroy crops and they're just an invasive, right? And so like I might, if they were doing that, but I don't think they've got that problem up north.
But like nutria rats, you would do that.
Only under the auspices of it being a humane extermination. Like
Yeah.
these animals are eating other animals out of house and home. They're overproducing. Yeah, I would do that. I know how to take an animal's life. I've done it a number of times in my life. And it's not that act that I find adverse. It is the sport act of it. An act of humane, like I might go deer hunting back east because that's where they have culling,
Yeah.
right? And the deer literally will suffer if you don't send hunters out there to cull. I don't think it would be my choice to go on a cull, but I would. I'd be able to do it.
Yeah.
So I'm not like, I grew up on a farm. I know how to take an animal's life. I've done it. I know how to do it humanely. I've done it. And, you know, I just don't like the sporting part of it where the animal is hurt or killed as a result of the sport. And there's really no need for it to have died. It's just, ooh, I tracked this big buck. Well, that buck, you know, was central to that area's fucking deer population and shit. You're a piece of shit, you know? Unless those deer are overpopulated or unless you and your family are going to die unless you get that venison. If you're just going antler hunting, then fuck you, you know? That's shitty. I don't like that. You know? So yeah, I think I would do it under certain auspices, but not just sport hunting. But fishing, I'll do that all fucking day. So long as we're within the rules, you know what I mean? I'm cool with fishing. It's okay to eat fish because they don't have any feelings. That's the greatest philosopher of my time.
Uncle Roger was like, just have fish, vegans.
Yeah.
They can't feel.
Yeah.
They're almost plants.
Yeah.
You ever done crabbing?
No.
My stepdad does crabbing
Yeah.
sometimes.
I did deep sea fishing one time. That was cool. I felt bad though. My stepdad wanted to bond with me. He's trying to do some like stepdad, stepson bonding, so we'd kind of break the ice. And it worked. It was cool. It was a cool trip. He took me to the Bay Area and booked a deep sea excursion, you know, charter boat with a bunch of other people on it. We went out there. I had a fucking ball. I didn't catch a whole lot, but I caught a few real weird fish. It was all catch and release stuff, unless it was an animal like, because sometimes you'll catch like a squid, and
It's done.
it's done. So they would put those on the boat, and like people were catching these big old deep sea fish and stuff. It was really cool. A lot of those, unfortunately, are killed by barotrauma, by reeling them up through the fathoms.
Yeah.
But, you know, I mean, whatever. I had a good time on it, but my stepdad got seasick and spent his whole time in center cabin laying on a bench trying not to throw up. But I had a ball, you know. I got good sea legs. I think there's a genetic part of, like a genetic predisposition for me to be okay on boats. Because I really am. I don't get seasick or motion sick on a boat. I have really good sea legs. Like I transition really well from ocean on a boat to land.
You all set with your meds and all that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go finish your episode.
Oh, thank you,
I
baby.
got a good start on it last night.
Think you could grab me a fresh pack?
Yeah.
Thank you. Hey, don't forget your coffee. I don't think there's much left, but there might be a little bit left. You don't want to go to work? I know. I kind of don't either today. We've got a big fucking recording day today. And I kind of don't want to do it either, but I'm going to do it. No live streaming today, but we're recording 3 patrons episodes for DFF. So. Thank you, baby doll. I love you. Oh man, oh man, oh man. I love you, a bushel and a peck, a bushel and a peck, and a hug around the neck. My shift starts 34 minutes, so I have to get going. Alright, bye Blaze, see you later. Paul, what's the price of coffee beans? I have no fucking clue, bro. You're asking the wrong guy. Amelia does the shopping, so she might know, but I know it's too expensive. I can tell you that much. I cannot play the banjo. I do like the instrument, but I cannot. I can't play any instrument with proficiency. I do not like energy drinks. I have a cup or 2 of coffee in the morning, typically, and that's good for me now. I used to be a fucking caffeine addict. I worked at Starbucks for 8 years, drank coffee all day for free, and then after that, I was a energy drink fucking freak. Drinking 3 or 4 giant monster lemonades every day. Pepped up every day, all day. And it almost killed me, so I don't do that shit anymore. I have a cup of coffee. I'm a happy guy. Oh, fucks. Let's go. Let's get it. Got him. Got him. I'm telling you, that up sweep is the killer. That's the move. It's this. Coming up from behind. Right out of the air. 5 confirmed MiG kills, sir. Tango down. Ooh. Any mugs on the table? No. Well, yeah, this one. I don't want to break this one. I should be careful. bro. They ain't learning. But they gonna learn today. God. You fucker. Oh shit. I just knocked you guys over. Well, whatever. Fucker. Stay there then. I kind of want that. Where you at? Where are you perching? Ooh. Let me help you out, friend. Can I help you? Because I want to show people you. Oh, you flew. Damn it. Or did you? There was a ladybug. Beautiful with the red spots. I was going to try and put him on my finger for you, but he flew. Or she flew. I don't know how to sex a beetle. But yeah, a little red spotted ladybug. Gotta love those. Fuck. So close. So close. Some near misses out here today. Aiming his stink hole. Okay, I almost knocked my mug over. That was close. I gotta end this because I'm just gonna destroy my mug out here. But I will catch you guys later. Have a good one.